Let's Get Married. When y'all wrote that thing, did you feel like that was gonna be the greatest song of all time?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, people ask me that too. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But you know what I felt like? If I'm be totally honest, bro, when that song came out, as big as it was, it went to #1 twice, right? And so as big as that song was, I had the belief at that point in time that Columbia Records didn't really hold their black artists with the esteem that they used to. And I ain't gonna say that they used to, because at first they didn't have a black music department. But at first, Jermaine was kind of the black music department. So anything he gave them, they was shooting that shit through the roof. Yeah. Then they created their own black music department, which signed Destiny Child, Fugees, all kind of stuff. And they kind of looked at, to me, I felt like they was disrespecting Jermaine's records. Damn. So I went to Jermaine, I told him that, and I think I was able to make him understand where I was coming from, and shortly after he left. But I felt like for Let's Get Married to be such a universal topic, even though that album sold 3 million copies, it should have sold 7 or 8 million. Because it's such a universal topic. Exactly. Not because Jagged's so great. We talking about something that everybody damn near on the planet gonna do. Exactly. So yeah, in my mind, I thought the record should be a little bit bigger. And I felt like if we was in sync, it would have been. And I felt like if we was Backstreet, because you understand, that's what we was kind of more, you know what I mean? We was dealing with the machine of the white boy bands, you know what I mean? Versus what we do. Yeah. And it was like, you could see them like, they'll come out with a new record and they're promoting that shit on the Grammys or American Music Awards. Yeah. We come out with a new record, we on fucking 106 in Park. Yeah. So it's a game that the industry always plays, right? And it's like, the game is you ain't did enough, right? Yeah. But we're not gonna allow you to cover that ground to where you can do enough. It's like this. It's this game that they play with a lot of black artists. They'll tell you, this is not your demographic. We talking about middle, mainstream America. This is not your demographic, right? Yeah. But you'll come and promote in sync trying to do what we do, or trying to do what New Edition did, because they were more of a, you know, so, or Sam Smith trying to do what a Brian McKnight does. You'll promote the hell out that shit. And when we looking to gain different ground, you'll tell us we can't, because that's not your demographic. This is mainstream America. This is pop. But pop is what people say pop is. There is no real form of pop music. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever's popular at the time. So we would have these issues with our label all the time, like us speaking out about certain things and they not liking it. And, you know, it just, to me, it kind of put us at a disadvantage in terms of our records being as big as they could have been. And we didn't know we was cutting our legs off like that. You know what I'm saying? We thought that we could bring certain things to their attention and it'd be addressed. Exactly. It'd be changed. It'd be addressed.
What was it like fighting those battles behind the music, though, man? Because, you know, as fans, all we get to hear is the music and see the shows, but we don't know that you were back there fighting for your right to party the whole damn time.
It's draining. Yeah. It's draining when, first of all, we know in the music industry how many labels lose money every year. You lose more money than you make in the music industry. So when you find something that's actually, you know, created its own little niche, you respect it. And to me, you try to keep that intact. And I felt like we were always fighting to be Jagged Edge. Like, I can remember, this is a true story. Two of the execs at Columbia Records told us this story. So that's how I knew it was a true thing. It was either after Gotta Be or maybe He Can't Love You. Donnie Ienner, who was the head of Columbia Records at the time. Yeah. And Donnie's a great dude. This is nothing against Donnie. I think he just didn't get it at the time that he should have. But I've always had love for Donnie. But so Donnie Ienner, in one of the music meetings that they would have at the label every week, I think it was every Wednesday back then, he basically kind of stood up in the meeting and said, what we need over here is we need a Boys to Men. Yeah. And one of the reps who knew was in tune was like, you got Jagged Edge, you talking, because at the time we are what's it, not Boys to Men. Nothing against them, I love them guys too. But at this moment in time, we are what's it. Exactly. So he's like, man, you know, I know the grind is a little different. I know that it's a little bit more urban than Boys to Men, but you got Jagged Edge. Yeah. And that's what let me know we was never really gonna be understood at that record label. So,
what is that like, knowing that there's a ceiling and you ain't got no choice but to get busy in those kinds of times, man?
That's what you gotta do. You gotta get busy, but I think it's the type of thing, it'll stifle your growth if you let it.
Yeah.
If you say to yourself, I can't never get out of this, you know what I mean? It can, but I always looked at it like every new record is a chance to get out of it.
Yeah.
And whether it was true or not, that's how we looked at it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?